never raised his voice. He never threatened her. He just looked. Long glass table, 11 people. She was mid-sentence, and he set his pen down, slowly. Then his eyes landed on her and stayed. She felt her throat go dry. Her sentence shortened, then stopped. She wasn't afraid of him. She couldn't have told you why she folded, but she folded. You've seen this happen in a meeting, a hallway, a dinner table. Maybe you've done it yourself. And here's the part no one talks about. Most people running this tactic don't know they're running it. Eye contact is the oldest social signal in the human repertoire, before language, before touch. The gaze came first, and somewhere in your evolutionary history, your brain learned to weaponize it. This file documents 4 mechanisms. The first explains why some people's eye contact physically subdues you. You'll feel it before you understand it. The second reveals how a stare manufactures intimacy that was never real. The third is running inside you right now, without your permission. And the fourth is about what happens the moment you find out. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. In 1972, researchers put strangers on a collision course. One walked straight at another, holding eye contact that didn't break. No expression, no words, just the stare. Almost every time, the other person yielded, looked away, sometimes crossed to the far side of the street. Now picture it on you. Someone holds your gaze a beat too long, and something old wakes up. Your brain can't tell the difference between a gaze that won't let go and a predator that's already decided. Same alarm, same wiring, and before you've decided anything, your body has already answered. Your chest tightens, your eyes drop. You didn't choose that. Something older than you did. And that man from the start, the one who never raised his voice, don't lose him. Because in about 30 seconds, what he did is going to stop making sense. Here's the contradiction. The exact same signal that just made you drop your eyes does the opposite too. It pulls people in, fast, artificially, past every defense you think you have. The stare that makes one person submit makes another feel chosen, understood, safe. Same mechanism. The wiring never changed, only the room did. Stay with me. Run a small experiment in your memory. The last person you couldn't hold eye contact with, maybe a boss, maybe someone you wanted to impress. Now, the last person who couldn't hold it with you. 2 different people, 2 different versions of you. With one, your eyes searched the floor. With the other, you didn't even notice you were winning. That's the part that should unsettle you. You weren't deciding any of it. No thought, no strategy. Your eyes had already sorted both people, above you or below you, before your mind said a word. And they do it to everyone you meet, all day, including the person you'll talk to next. The dominant stare runs on a single rule. The first person to look away loses. This isn't a metaphor. In every primate species studied, from chimpanzees to boardrooms, breaking eye contact signals submission. The one lower in the hierarchy looks away first. Always. You've lived this. The manager who holds your gaze 1 beat longer than is comfortable isn't listening harder. He's establishing rank. And the person who blinks, who glances at their notes, who suddenly finds something fascinating on the floor, just said something out loud without making a sound. Here's what makes it dangerous. It works on people who know about it. Knowing you're being stared into submission doesn't stop the alarm from firing. The amygdala doesn't wait for your permission. Your body answers before your logic arrives. Your eyes don't see, they negotiate. And in that meeting, you were losing a negotiation you didn't know had started. Quick interruption. My name is Stephen. This is Mind Unlocked Files. Every week I open one new dossier on the mechanics of manipulation, influence, and dark psychology. No opinion, no advice, just the documented mechanics, named, numbered, and laid bare. If that's useful to you, subscribe. It costs nothing, and we're only on Mechanism 1. Back to the file. In 1997, a psychologist paired total strangers. He had them ask each other 36 questions. each one more personal than the last. Then, 4 minutes of silence, staring into each other's eyes. Two of those strangers married 6 months later. The study was meant to measure closeness. It accidentally documented how to manufacture it. Sustained gaze made strangers feel bonded in under an hour, because your brain reads a long, locked gaze as proof of trust, proof of safety, and it pays out in oxytocin, the same chemical it uses to bond you to the people you love. Now watch where this goes. The salesman who holds your eyes a half-second past normal, the date who looks at you like the room emptied out, the mentor whose attention makes you feel finally seen. Your brain logs it as connection. It can't tell the difference between a gaze that loves you and a gaze that's measuring you. The eyes that make you feel understood may be the eyes studying how to handle you. Up to here, this file has been about them, the ones running the stare, the ones manufacturing closeness. So let me ask the uncomfortable question. What if none of them know they're doing it either? No intent, no training, no plan. The research points somewhere most people don't want to look. These patterns run on autopilot. In them, and in you. Especially in you. In 2001, a neuroscientist found a dedicated circuit in your brain. One job: track where other eyes are pointed, and respond. It runs below awareness. You never decided to switch it on. You can't switch it off. Since infancy, before you had words, it was mapping the room. Who looks at whom, who holds, who folds, and what it costs. So the way you use your eyes today, who you hold, who you yield to, who you stare down without noticing, isn't a choice. It's a program, assembled from 10,000 encounters you no longer remember. And it ran today. Every conversation, every meeting, every glance that lasted a half-second too long or not long enough. You thought you were looking at people. You were signaling to them, submitting to some, subduing others, bonding a third group, and you never caught yourself doing it. Not once. So what do you do with this? Here's the trap. The second most people learn the gaze is a power signal. They try to win it, hold longer, force it, don't blink, and it backfires. Forced eye contact doesn't read as dominance. It reads as a threat that isn't quite right. Aggressive, unstable, something to get away from. Because the people who actually own a room aren't thinking about their eyes at all. The protocol runs clean, calibrated by years of feedback, not by willpower in the moment, which flips the whole thing. The goal was never to control your gaze. The goal is to see whose gaze is already controlling yours. Go back to that meeting, the pen, the table, you folding. You finally have a name for what happened in that room. This file opened with a man who never raised his voice, who never threatened anyone, who simply looked. And the reason his gaze did that to a whole room is that every person in it was running the same hardware, the same ancient circuit, the same rule. Sustained gaze is dominance, broken gaze is surrender. He wasn't stronger than them. He wasn't smarter. He just hadn't learned to look away. That's the whole secret. Eye contact isn't a skill you perform. It's a signal you leak. And every conversation you walk into is a negotiation already in progress, conducted in a language you speak fluently and have never once heard out loud. So the question was never whether you're doing it. You are, right now, in the next room you enter. The only question left is, are you the one setting the terms, or just agreeing to them? File closed. Next dossier. Covert narcissism. The type no one warns you about. The ones who don't dominate the room. They make you feel sorry for them, while they take everything. If this file changed how you'll look at people tomorrow, hit like. Subscribe to get the next dossier the day it opens. And one question for the comments. In one word, when someone holds your gaze too long, do you hold or fold?